Dear student, I welcome you again. Uh, Today, as I mentioned earlier, today we are going to start chapter number 1 or unit 1 of advanced sensor technology. Now, in fact, as I told you earlier, for MSc fourth semester, there are two different courses. PHYE, I think 411, I guess, that is fundamental of sensors. That is also elective 4, I guess, A4. And this is going to be PHYE 413, generic elective 6, which is labeled as advanced sensor technology. And as I told you, there are 4 chapters. Today we are going to start first chapter, sensor materials and sensor metrics. Now, before I start the first chapter, I'm going to tell you this ideal chemiresistive sensor. Uh, as I mentioned earlier, this is in fact like as far as sensor modality is concerned. I hope in fundamental of sensors you must have seen there are different sensor modalities like chemiresistive, chemfate, electrochemical sensors. In electrochemical again we have potentiometric, conductometric. Okay, there are different kind of sensor modalities. We have got optical modality as well. But as far as our research laboratory is concerned, as far as the infrastructure which we have in our laboratory is concerned, we are focusing mainly on three different kind of sensor modalities: chemiresistive and chemfate. So we are mainly focusing on chemiresistive and chemfate for detection of various environmental pollutants like gas sensors, and we are using electrochemical technique for detection of water pollutant. As I mentioned earlier, we will be focusing more on gas sensor in this particular uh, curriculum. So therefore, since we are going to focus more on gas sensor, I thought I should tell you what is ideal chemiresistive curve. Okay, what is chemiresistor? Obviously, I'm going to discuss this in detail later, but let me tell you what the chemiresistive sensor is all about. Chemi-resistive, you see, chemi-resistive. It means whenever this any material, like whenever the material is exposed to any gas analyte, which is called as chemical. That is why it is called chemi. Okay, because gas analyte, like let us say any hazardous gas, for example, CO2, CO, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, any environmental pollutants, right? We call it as a chemical. So whenever those chemicals, whenever those gas analyte, whenever your material rather, the material which you will be selecting for the development of sensor, whenever that material exposed to one of those gas analyte, what will happen? The resistance of that material is going to be modulated. Resistance of the material is going to be modulated. What does it mean? In response to the different concentration of that chemical means gas analyte, the resistance of your material is going to be modulated. That is why it is called as chemi-resistive, right? Why chemi-resistive? Because that chemical is going to modulate the resistance of the material which is being used for sensor development, and therefore it is called as chemi-resistive sensor. So there are different, as I mentioned earlier, this is chemi-resistive is one modality, chemfate is another. Chemfate means chemically sensitive field effect transistor. Okay, that we will discuss later. But let me focus on chemi-resistive ideal curve. This is ideal curve, right? So whenever you will be selecting any material for a sensor development, what you need to do, because chemi-resistor is always going to be two-terminal device. Chemi-resistor is always going to be two-terminal device. Like you will be having drain and source, and you will be bridging that drain and source by some material. Okay, and then you will be applying some voltage. So whenever you apply some voltage, because this material is going to be semiconducting material, right? It will have its own resistance. So whenever you apply some voltage, as a result of that, because of the inherent resistance of that material, some amount of current is going to be flow, right? What does it mean? Based on this voltage, like if you put current meter, when you let us say you apply 2 volt, and if you put current meter across that material, you will get some value of I. So based on V and I, you will be able to get the resistance of that material. If that material is unknown, if you the resistance is unknown rather of that material, then best like by applying some voltage and measuring current out of it, you will be able to calculate what is going to be resistance of that material. But whenever you will be applying some voltage, all of a sudden that the current is not going to be stabilized. Current is not going to be stabilized. Ultimately, resistance is not going to be stabilized. You will get some time, and therefore, if you look at, I hope everybody must have seen our sensor setup in the laboratory. If you look at that sensor setup, we always put that material under the dry air environment. Dry air environment means we always expose our sensing material to dry air, and then we apply the voltage, and we allow that material to settle down. Okay, settle down means like we will be expecting a stable resistance. You can see if you look at this graph, on this axis it is time, on x-axis, on y-axis it is resistance, right? You can see that we have labeled a reference gas, gas molecule, and then again gas molecule. This is gas molecule on, gas molecule off. Reference gas means it is like a dry air. Reference gas means dry air. Let us say like you have developed material for detection of carbon monoxide. So first of all, what he will be doing, he will be exposing your material to dry air first. Dry air will not have dry air will have only nitrogen and oxygen. Okay, dry air will have only nitrogen and oxygen. Why do you need dry air? Because we don't want our material resistance to be modulated because of the humidity. Because if it is not dry air, then it is going to be humidified, and because of the humidity of that air, your resistance may get modulated. We want our, I mean, resistant, we want the modulation in resistance because of the concentration in the gas analyte, desired gas analyte. We don't want it is to be modulated because of the humidity, and therefore we need dry air. So whenever you will be exposing dry air, right, that's why this is called reference gas. Okay, dry air. So we started, so you can see here, like once you get stable resistance like this, then you can expose your material to, at this point of time, let us say let t equal to maybe after 5 minutes, or maybe after uh, like 30 seconds or whatever, after 30 seconds, 300 seconds, whatever, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, then you will be exposing your sensor to the desired, let us say carbon monoxide 10 ppm, 10 ppm of carbon monoxide. So once I start exposing my material to the 10 ppm of carbon monoxide, the resistance is going to be increases, either increase or decrease. This is a typical case in which we have shown that resistance is being increased, right? So you can see the increasing resistance whenever you expose your material to the desired concentration of gas analyte. Now, initially resistance will start increasing, and then later on it is going to be saturated. Once it is saturated, then you have to remove the dead gas analyte. So time required right from onset of that gas analyte to the saturation, that time is called as response time. Okay, that time is called as response time. अब देखिए यहाँ से हमने क्या किया? What we did, we have exposed our material to the desired gas analyte at this particular point of time. So right from this to this point, like यहाँ पर once we expose your material to the gas analyte, later on it is going to be saturated. So time required to saturate your material after, once you start exposing to that concentration of gas analyte, that particular time is nothing but response time. Okay, so एक बार आपका material saturated हुआ, then what you need to do, you can remove those gases. Again you expose your material to the dry air. So you can see we are exposing again to dry air. So whenever you will be exposing again, the resistance जो पहले change हुआ था, increase हुआ था, it will try to regain the resistance, क्योंकि जिस गैस की वजह से, जिस environmental pollutant की वजह से resistance बढ़ गया था, we have removed that. So once we remove that, again your resistance is going to go back, right? Okay, so right from this point to this point, like this is going to be a recovery time. So in ideal chemical curve, this first ideal requirement is, whenever you will be exposing your material to dry air, you need to have a stable baseline. Okay, this is one requirement. And then this response time should be as minimum as possible. This response time should be as minimum as possible. And similarly, this recovery time should be as minimum as possible. So these are two important sensor characteristics: response time and recovery time. Response and recovery time should be as small as possible. Response and recovery time should be as small as possible. So whenever you have very small response time, very small recovery time, that sensor material is going to be good. And therefore, whenever you will be screening material, like once you choose one particular material, and if you want to test your material to the desired gas analyte, so you need to see like what is going to be your, if your response time is, let us say, 10 minutes, so that material is not going to be good for, yeah, the sensing application. It should be in second, less than around 1 or 2, at the most 2 minutes. Truly speaking, it should be less than 1 minute, few seconds. Similarly, there should be there should be recovery time should also be very less. Now, these are two important parameters: response time and recovery time should be less. Moreover, this is a kind of curve that you should get. आप देखिए क्या हुआ यहाँ से, जब आप आपका मटेरियल या पर्टिकुलर सेंसर गैस एनालाइट को जब एक्सपोज करते हो, तो you will get this kind of curve, right? Okay, and then once you remove your gas analyte, again there should be perfect recovery. Let us say आपका यहाँ पर था, let us say 1K. After exposing your material to, let us say, 10 ppm of CO, then resistance increased from 1 to 10K. जब आप पहले कितना था, 1K था, 10K तक, 10K तक रेजिस्टेंस इंक्रीज हुआ. जब आप ये गैस एनालाइट रिमूव करोगे, whenever you exposing again your material to dry air, your resistance should, your initial resistance should regain. जो 1K resistance था, इसे हमें मिलना चाहिए, right? So whenever you will be getting 1K resistance, ideally it should be like this. अगर ऐसा नहीं होता तो क्या होगा, इसका मतलब there is something wrong. तो जब आप मटेरियल स्क्रीन करोगे, तब आपको ये ध्यान में रखना पड़ेगा कि आपका कर्व इस टाइप का होना चाहिए. परफेक्ट रिकवरी मतलब क्या हुआ कि जो रेजिस्टेंस पहले था एक्सपोज करने के पहले, वही रेजिस्टेंस आपको मिलना चाहिए. ओके, सो योर रिकवरी टाइम शुड बी लेस, response time should be less, and there should be perfect recovery. So these are three important parameters that you can, there are many more that we will discuss in due course of time, but these are three important parameters that you need to understand. Then what are ideal sensor requisite that we need to understand first. Okay, what are, I mean, ideal sensor requisite means ideally where, I mean, what kind of sensor you should be expecting, right? Number one, it should be highly sensitive and highly selective. Highly sensitive means like for minute change in the input parameter, there should be significant change in output parameter. Sensitivity का formula क्या है? Rate of change of output divided by rate of change of input. This is what the sensitivity is. Rate of change of output, ratio of rate of change of output to the rate of change of input. Okay, what does it mean? It means for minor change in input parameter, there should be significant change in output parameter. Okay, whatever that parameter it could be. Okay, so whenever you have this kind of sensor, it is called as, like, it means that it is highly sensitive. So this is what ideally it is expected. Like whenever you will be developing sensor, it should be for minor change in your input parameter, there should be significant change in output parameter. Next is, it should be highly selective. What does it mean? It means that, let us say you have developed one material, and that you have exposed that material to, let us say, 5 different gas analyte, like carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, okay, and then phosphine, and then like that, many like, you know, SO2, okay, and your sensor material is responding to everybody on those gas analyte. it means it is not selective. Why do we need selective material? Because as far as sensor devices are concerned, जैसे कि मान लो आपने एक मटेरियल डेवलप किया और आपको सीओ सेंसर बनाना है, राइट? अभी आपने एक मटेरियल डेवलप किया, सेंसर इक्विपमेंट डेवलप किया और आपने बेचना शुरू किया मार्केट में, you have labeled that as a CO sensor, right? लेकिन जब आप मान लो मैंने खरीद लिया, right? जब मैं देखता हूँ तो मुझे in addition to CO it is responding to CO2 as well, it is responding to NO2 as well, लेकिन मुझे तो चाहिए only CO. तो मेरे जैसे कि मान लो I have one industry and I would like to see whether there is a leakage of CO. I mean some industry में कुछ processes है मेरे पास, वहां पर CO लीकेज होने के चांसेस है, which is कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड इज वेरी डेंजरस गैस और व्हाटएवर कोई भी गैस हो. अगर मान लो मैंने लिया सेंसर CO डिटेक्ट करने के लिए and it is detecting all other gases as well, then it is of no use, because I want my sensor to be uh, to be to I mean my sensor should detect only CO. It means it should be highly selective. And therefore, nowadays, every researchers are working hard to develop material which is going to be highly selective. It is very challenging. Let me tell you, uh, if you look at the sensor papers, you will find that there are thousands of, I mean, at least hundreds of paper coming every day as far as sensors are concerned. Hundreds of paper coming every day in Scopus Index papers, Scopus Index journal papers. In spite of that, most of those papers are struggling with this particular feature, selectivity. Most of them. What essentially in research paper they are doing, most of the research scholars, like they are developing material and what they are doing कि वो क्या कर रहे हैं कि 5 अलग-अलग गैस एनालाइट को एक्सपोज कर रहे हैं. जैसे कि CO को मिला, CO के लिए उनको मटेरियल चाहिए, राइट? तो उस मटेरियल ने फॉर एग्जांपल CO का रिस्पॉन्स दिया 80%, and for other gases like 10%, 5%, 2%, like that. So, and then they're what researchers are doing, they're plotting it in histogram and they are claiming that this like 10%, 5% is negligible as compared to 80%, and therefore it is selective. Now, as far as paper publication is concerned, this kind of strategy could be okay. But as far as device fabrication is concerned, we need highly selective material. Highly selective means that material should be able to respond to only one gas analyte. And that is why it is called ideal parameter. So ideally, it should be highly selective and highly sensitive. Then it should be very precise and accurate. Precise and accurate means like if there is a minor variation in input parameter, that your sensor must be able to detect that minor variation. Okay, and and because that is why like it is very important, because it should be very precise. Otherwise, what will happen if there are variations that is from 10 ppm to 20 ppm, and if your sensor is not able to detect those kind of changes in gas analyte, then like it is going to be very dangerous. I mean that kind of sensor is not going to be acceptable in industry. So your sensor should be very precise and accurate. Then third ideal requisite is ideal parameter is low power consumption. Like जो भी मटेरियल आप डेवलप करोगे उसने ज्यादा पावर नहीं लेना चाहिए. कंजम्पशन ऑफ पावर शुड बी एज मिनिमम एज पॉसिबल. उसका रीजन क्या है? जैसे कि मान लो इफ यू वांट टू परचेज मोबाइल एंड इफ यू गो टू मोबाइल शॉप एंड यू विल बी आस्किंग लाइक ठीक है भाई इसका जो बैटरी है ये कब तक चलेगा. So he is showing you two different mobiles. One, he said like for this XYZ mobile, your battery will last almost like 2 days. And दूसरा मोबाइल है वो कहेंगे कि इसमें 2-3 घंटे ही चलेगा. But cost wise, जिसका बैटरी दो दिन तक चलेगा उसका कॉस्ट है फॉर एग्जाम्पल 10,000, और जिसका 2 घंटे चलेगा उसका कॉस्ट है फॉर एग्जाम्पल 2,000. Although there is a huge difference in the price, एक जो है 10,000, दूसरा है 2,000, but still he will go for 10,000 मोबाइल जिसका प्राइस 10,000 है. क्यों? Because 2 घंटे बाद अगर every 2 year if it is required to recharge your mobile after every 2 years, इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी चैलेंजिंग. जब आप कहीं बाहर जाओगे ड्यूरिंग ऑफिस आवर्स, यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू charge your mobile after every 2 years, 2 hours, not years, 2 hours, right? And therefore, although the other mobile is costly, but it provides the stability of, I mean, the charging जो है उसका जो duration है is going to be 2 hours, 2 days, okay. And therefore ये कब पॉसिबल है, जब उसका पावर कंजम्पशन कम है. एंड देयरफॉर यू नीड टू बी वेरी श्योर, लाइक जब भी आप मटेरियल प्रोसेस करोगे, मटेरियल डेवलप करोगे, आपको इंश्योर करना पड़ेगा कि वो मटेरियल लो पावर कंज्यूम करता है. नेक्स्ट इज ड्यूरेबिलिटी. जो मटेरियल आप डेवलप करेंगे उसकी ड्यूरेबिलिटी कितनी है. देयर आर सम मटेरियल दे आर नॉट एट ऑल स्टेबल इन एनवायरनमेंट, आई मीन हार्श एनवायरनमेंट पर्टिकुलर, तो 2 दिन में वो डिग्रेड हो जाते हैं. तो इफ यू आर हैविंग दिस काइंड ऑफ मटेरियल, so that is of no use. And therefore what you need to do, you need to keep on testing your sensor device over the time. 1 महीना, 2 महीना, 3 महीना, 4 महीना, आपको देखना पड़ेगा कि how long it is going to be stable. Okay, durability is going to be very very important. Third one is, next is mass fabrication. आप जो भी मटेरियल यूज करोगे, that material should be suitable for mass production. अगर वो मटेरियल मास प्रोडक्शन के लिए सुटेबल नहीं रहा, तो then that material is of no use. After 1 minute, this link is going to be terminated. You will have to rejoin again by using the same link. Next is going to be low detection limit. Now low detection limit का मतलब क्या है कि कम से कम कितना concentration आपका मटेरियल जो है वो डिटेक्ट कर पाता है. जैसे कि मान लो आप जो those who are working on sensor project, they must be knowing there is a OSHA PEL level. What is PEL level? PEL is like permissible exposure level. Like for example, कोई गैस है, like let us say CO है, जिसका PEL level है for example 25 ppm. For example, इसका है नहीं, लेकिन मैं just example 25 ppm. अगर मान लो आपका CO का PEL level 25, ये PEL का मतलब क्या है? OSHA is a kind of